Bonjour! Welcome to another episode of Cuisine de Michelle. I am Michelle. Today I'm going to be making some cookies that I have made before, but it's been quite some time. These are for melt-in-your-mouth buttermilk chocolate chip cookies. One great thing about these, in these times where eggs are expensive, you don't need any eggs to make this recipe. But what you do need is right here. Let's have a look. We need all-purpose flour, baking soda, salt, unsalted butter, cocoa, sugar, vanilla, chocolate chips, and we also need buttermilk, which I haven't gotten out yet since it's a fridge item. Let's get started. First thing that I'm gonna do is with my butter, but before I get started, I wanna let you know that you need to set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and you'll want to line your baking sheets with parchment. Back to the butter. This is 1/2 cup, which is just 1 stick. I'm going to be melting this in the microwave, of course, till it's just melted. That butter that we just melted, we want to set that aside. We'll let it cool for just a moment. It doesn't have to be totally cold. Meanwhile, in this bowl, I've already measured out 2 cups, which is 240 grams of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm going to be adding 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon salt. I'm going to whisk that together. And then we're just going to set that aside. Back to our bowl with the butter. To the butter, we are going to be adding 3/4 cup of the cocoa powder. Once we have that, we're going to be adding in our sugar, which is going to be 2 cups of sugar. One teaspoon of the vanilla extract. And 2/3 cup of buttermilk. After we have gotten that stirred up, we'll want to be gradually adding in our dry mixture that we set aside. And then once you have gotten that mixed together, and you're gonna need some arm strength, just so you know. I was lucky enough to have my son helping me do that. Thank you, son. We're gonna put in, oh, we got a little clump here. Let's not do that. We're gonna put in 2 cups of our chocolate chips. Once you have the dough stirred up, we're going to go to our parchment-lined cookie sheet here, and I'm going to be making what are approximately 1-inch balls, so I'm not quite filling up this size of cookie scoop. I don't know what size this is because it's been forever since I bought it. For me, it's kind of like a medium. So I definitely have one that's smaller than this. You'll want to leave a little bit of space in between each one because these cookies do spread. These are not big, fluffy cookies. These are more like thin cookies that are still nice and wonderful. Once we get the whole sheet full, we're going to want to pop those into our oven for 10 to 12 minutes. So I've just pulled these from the oven. I went just like 10.5 minutes or so. You want them to be set at the edges, but they did come out a bit poofier on top than I remember, but I think what is going to happen is they're going to deflate. You need to let them sit on the rack for on the cookie sheet for 2 to 3 minutes before transferring them to the rack to cool completely. Here we are at final plating. Thing is, I didn't expect these to actually turn out real fluffy at all, but they kind of did. I mean, not that they're super fluffy, but maybe that kind of gives an idea of what they look like. And they do look, you know, really good, and my son says they're awesome. I haven't actually tried them yet, but they don't look like the picture that I have from when I did these before in my blog, and like I said, it's been a long time since I did them. There could be a difference in what ingredient I used, like maybe it was the cocoa type, or could be the butter. There could be any number of things, so results might vary is what I want to say as kind of a little disclaimer. Check out the picture in my blog so you can see the difference of what I'm talking about, but for now, let's try and see how these came out. Oh, they're delicious. They're wonderful. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. It may just be a little bit of the aesthetic, that's all. I think they look really great, personally. And I hope that you'll give them a try and see how they turn out for you. And thank you for joining me for another episode of Cuisine de Michelle. Please be sure and give this video a like. Give us a subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you. And then leave a comment for us, especially if you make these, and let me know what happens. And we'll see you next time. Au revoir.